Hi, Rachel and I are here live. Sorry for the delay. Seem to always have technical difficulties with this Facebook Live. But thank you for joining us. I'm Anjali Varma, and for those of you who I don't know, I host the Mompreneur Tribe Facebook group, which is likely where you are viewing this. And if you're viewing it on YouTube, then very nice to meet you. Would love for you to head over to the Facebook group where I am providing tips on an ongoing basis, and you can collaborate and connect with other mom entrepreneurs. And also check out my website at anjalivarma.com. Today we are going to be talking, I'm joined by Rachel Rosenthal of Rachel and Company, and we are going to be talking all things back to school home organization. So we know it's that time of year where, we just carted our children off to school yesterday. And some of you have been in school for a couple weeks, but oftentimes it creates a lot of chaos in the home. So we want to kind of dispel as much of that chaos as we can, right? By creating organized rooms. And would you agree, Rachel, that when you are organized, it just makes your morning smoother and kind of your evening smoother as well?
Yes, I think there's some things that we can control as parents when it comes to talking about back to school and going back to school, and then there's some things obviously that we can't. So why not try to kind of give yourself a few tips and things to make yourself feel better, feel less stressed, to get out of the door like you were talking about throughout the day and then into the evening, and control that stuff, because we can't control a child coming home, sick from school or being upset or whatever it is. So let's just try to get a few of the areas in our home organized, and then we will feel that much less stressed and spend time on other things, right?
Okay, so let's start with, what do you think, the kitchen? Do you think that's the easiest place to start?
A great place. So my mornings are hectic. I don't know about yours, but I would assume that most people on here right now their mornings are hectic. So what can you do to sort of help control the chaos in the morning? So we kind of have a few different areas. One, we've got sort of a lunch making station, I think, which will help parents who make their kids lunches. If you can set up sort of the things you use every day. So what would that be? A water bottle, a lunch box, a container that goes actually inside of your lunchbox, I don't know what they're called. Thanks. We use these things. They're actually by a local Lunchkin, so you can get them anywhere. But these are great instead of a Ziploc bag. They're reusable. But
snack you just have to train your kids not to throw them away, because I've lost a couple of them that way.
Train them, because this one has a zipper, this one has Velcro. But put all these types of things, all the lunch boxes, in sort of an area. So if your kids are old enough, they can be the ones grabbing those things for themselves. If they're not, then it's up to you, Mom, and you want to make sure that everything's sort of at your fingertips. And those are the things that you're going to use day in and day out. So again,
it's a little station in your pantry, essentially.
Yeah, station in your kitchen, station in your pantry. If the kids are involved, which if they are of a certain age, I think elementary school, they can be involved. It's just giving what tasks. So make things lower down, for example, put their water bottles in an area that they can fill it with water, put the juice boxes where they can reach it, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So that's sort of lunch making things, so you can grab and go.
Okay.
The next thing we have is sort of a pantry. So again, you're probably going to have multiple staples that you're going to use for your pantry day in and day out. So think about what you use. We use these clear containers. This one's specifically from the Container Spread. Obviously, every store, Target, Walmart, wherever, they all make them. It's labeled. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably can't. But it's labeled, and then all the things that we use, even though they came maybe in a box, are out of a box, so that someone in my family can grab it and go. Probably not me. But so this then is on a lower shelf.
Okay.
And then the kids can grab it and then throw it into their lunchbox or throw it into as a snack. Sorry, make sure I'm holding this up for you guys. So this is, again, something that's very easy. And then I can see when things are missing and when I might need to put it on my grocery list. So grocery runs, contribute to how your pantry and how your kitchen are organized and chaos. So if I can see that I'm running low on these types of snacks, I'm going to put something on my list and not have to run to the grocery store, forget why I'm there, forget to pick up something, and have the hassle of overspending.
So it's worth taking the time to take everything out of the box, basically.
It literally should take you 5 seconds to take it out of a box. And you're actually going to have more room. I wish I had an actual box here, but I don't, because I've gotten rid of them all. But it takes 5 seconds to undo, and then the kids can see what they have. Because if you think about it, a granola box, you're not going to know that you have 1 left, and you're not going to know if you have 5 left.
Yeah.
So if
especially when the kids are in there. Yeah.
Correct. So then if you just have them all out, you're going to see, I actually have 1 left, and we need to put it on a grocery list or whatever. Here's another sort of container again, taking it out of the box. These are pretzels. I don't know if people can see that, but you can kind of see they're labeled. It's clear. I can see when I'm going to, have something low. This is on the kids' level. They can open it up. It's very easy. Put it into their snack pack, and then, they're good to
And then,
go.
like she said, you might not be able to see it, but she's got it written like snacks, veggie straws,
I don't know if you can
everything. So it makes it super easy and organized, right?
Yeah, so I think it's just having for your pantry, and then same thing, we'll talk about fridge in a second, is having the things you use all the time accessible. So again, if I want my kids to be able to access the snacks, but I don't want them to access the candy or whatever else is in your house, then I'm going to put these on the lower level or places that they can see it, not in the back,
Yeah.
and then they can go out and reach and grab it.
And what is your recommendation for those of us that might have smaller kitchens where
Yes.
cabinet space is not, it is at a premium?
Yeah, I think you have to be creative with the space that you have. So a lot of the times people have shelves and that's it, and it's teeny, and what do, right?
Yeah.
So it's making the most out of your shelves. You can measure, you can add products, but don't go out. I should warn people, don't go out and buy things before you actually measure, because people think it's just about the products, but it's actually, a lot of shelving is adjustable. People forget about that. You can use the backs of doors, the backs of cabinets. There are different products that you can put to help, with smaller kitchens. It's
Okay.
doable.
Okay.
And then I think also a lot of the boxes, a lot of the containers take up a lot more space than something, like these two things are stackable if you had them both together. But if you had a huge bag of chips, for example, or a big bag of pretzels, that might take up more space
Yes.
versus two of these things together,
Right.
if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah. And what happens to me is I forget those pretzels are there, and then they go
Right.
to the back, and then we've got all this food that's
Right,
like
and then
wasted.
there's chip clips, and then they're all the way in the back, and then you go out and buy another thing of pretzels, and then you have to throw away those pretzels because they're
Right,
expired. So
exactly.
these things, it's a one-time investment, but they last, and
Yeah.
they actually save you money down the road because you can see your food waste at that
Yes.
point. You aren't wasting as much, and then it's a one-time cost, which then I'm not going out to the grocery store and buying more stuff. So it's kind of like, a lot of people, it's, if you can't see it, then you're not going to use it. So
Right.
out of sight, out of mind. So what I'm trying to do and explain with people, and what we try to do in our house, is if we can see it, we're probably going to use it more often.
Right. Okay. Let me pause before we run
Okay.
to the fridge, and I just want to check in on comments and make sure we've got some people who are asking to
Okay.
join the Facebook group. So sorry about that, guys. And while we are paused, I just want to remind everyone to chime in, ask your questions. This is your chance with Rachel to ask any questions you might be having about home organization, mompreneur. We're going to talk a little bit more about office and mompreneur
Yes.
specifically,
Yeah, for sure.
and then back to school. So please kind of let me know you're there, comment with questions, and Rachel and I will keep going, I guess, in the meantime. Okay, so let's move on to the fridge.
Okay, so same thing with the fridge. Shelves are adjustable, and we want things on the lower level that the kids can reach, right? So think grapes, apples cut up, carrots, whatever you want your family to be eating and being able to reach should be there. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be always, Mom, can I have this? Or Mom, I
Yeah.
can't reach this, or whatever. So we could go over to my fridge at some point, but my fridge is the lower half is stuff that my kids can access and I want them to eat and be able to use for packing their lunches. The grapes are taken out of the grape bag, for example, just something simple like that. I should go run and get it, but it's out of the bag. And so our fruits are out of the containers.
They're all washed, they're ready to go.
Right. So it is grab and go because, again, in the morning, time is all the time. Time is so precious that we want to save it, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere we can. And I think the whole thing is trying to empower your kids to be able to do this for themselves. I don't want to be making my kids lunches because they weren't exposed to making their own lunches when they turn 18.
Yeah, no, totally.
They need to have some skills for themselves.
Yeah.
And this is going to free up my time as a mompreneur. And any mom, not even just a mompreneur.
Sure.
You're doing other things in the morning. I don't want to spend hours on end packing lunches, making breakfasts, packing backpacks, all those sort of things. There are time-saving techniques that you can use so that you can spend time on the things you actually need to spend time on.
Yeah, and I think we do have a question in about mornings and making
Yes.
mornings smoother. So what are your tips on kind of getting out the freaking door in the morning? 'Cause
Yeah.
even with older kids, I feel like
All the time.
it's still a struggle.
Yeah, and there's other issues that come up, right?
Yes.
So kids are sleeping late, or I miss whatever, I need to finish my homework. So again, you have different sort of issues. So anything you can do to prepare the night before, I say go for it. So again, saves 5 minutes in the morning maybe if you pick out your outfit the night before. That goes for kids and adults. Or if you can pack your backpack. A lot of kids have activities after school. So what do they need? Can you do it Sunday night preparation for the week? Can you lay out their bag that they need for wrestling? Can you put together their piano booklet? Can you put their violin stuff in their bag? Can all that be in one place so that, again, when it comes to Wednesday or Thursday, they're just literally grabbing the bag? And can each of those things have a bag, for example, so that it's separated and organized so that it's not a huge,
So I'm sensing
scramble.
a trend here of like prepping ahead of time, like taking time before, which will, I guess, then inevitably save you time later.
I promise you, well, everyone keeps saying, oh my God, but it takes so much time. But literally the 5 minutes at night that I'm like, okay, girls, what are we going to wear for tomorrow? We check the weather on my phone. Okay, great. It's going to be rainy today. It's going to be sunny. Here's what we need. Lay the clothes out. I mean, I know people, we work with clients who do it the week before. So then it's literally in the morning, grab, go, because kids are not getting as much sleep anymore. We want to let them sleep. What do they have to shower? What are all those factors that kind of have to go into your routine on a daily basis? But yes, saving time, prepping will absolutely save you more time the next day or the next few days. A lot of people we work with do Sunday meal prep, and they lay out the ingredients that they need for the week, and they go to the grocery store. So it's not 5 grocery store trips because you've forgotten something. It's one.
Yeah.
You're looking at your budget. You are saving a lot of money, possibly without, again, overspending or buying something that you already have. And then it's just getting everyone on the same pace and plan. So is there a calendar for your family? Is there one central location that everybody knows? Johnny's going to baseball practice. Matt's going to soccer at 7 o'clock. Everyone's probably going in 17 different directions. And if you are a mom, you probably have your own appointments.
Right.
So it's trying to figure out, how do I manage that all as sort of I'm talking in general terms, as the manager of the house, but a lot of times obviously it's dad or a spouse or whoever, but can you get everyone on the same page? So,
and you call that the home base, right?
Yeah, command center.
The command center.
The command center of everything.
So what all should be in the command center?
So I think the command center should have your calendar. So a lot of people love a home calendar that you can write on. I'm a writer. And so I transfer, this is my personal one. I love this from Russell and Hazel, but I transfer it onto a wall calendar. And so then everyone can see where they have to go. Some people use their phones. And so I say, can you print it out? Can it be on a Google Calendar? Can it be in something else that everyone, again, maybe each child has a different color, so they know where they're going, based on whatever color. So I would say calendar for sure. Then sort of any important papers that you need. Our mail is in our command center. So kind of show you really quickly.
Yeah.
This is our command center. Put it in here. This is from Target. Again, wasn't expensive, but it's actually really cute. I don't know if you can see it. But so we have folders that we drop our mail into, and it's by person, and then kids and home and all that. And so our mail is in there, so it takes me 2 seconds to review it over the recycling bin.
Okay.
And then I put my to-dos in there and anything I need to read and things like that. So it's easy to act on, and my husband knows where his stuff is and the girls know where their stuff is.
So here's my thing with the mail.
Yes.
I open it, I make piles.
Yep.
And then the piles, then there's just more piles and more piles. And then I realize, oh my goodness, I didn't address that thing that was in the pile. Exactly. So do you think the filing helps to eliminate that?
I think so. So this is not a permanent filing, what we just talked about,
Yes.
but it is upright. So the difference of something in a pile is, just use this as an example, if it's in a pile, I don't know what the third piece of paper is down
Right.
below. So I've opened my credit card bill, I've opened invitation, I've opened, I don't know what else you get in the mail, tons of other things, something for taxes or donation or whatever. I don't know what the third piece of paper is, if that's the credit card bill that I'm supposed to be paying, or if that's the
Yes.
invitation that I can spend a little bit more time
Getting back
RSVPing
to. Totally.
So if you have something upright, like we had in here, just get this really quickly, you can see what, I have a little label here, and I can see what's going to go in here. So I'm going to categorize my paper. Important stuff that I need to act on, like bills or things that need immediate action, then one might be to read. So I have hundreds of catalogs that come in. I want to read through them. Am I going to get to them? But that's going to be in my to read, because that's obviously not as important to me as paying the Pepco bill or whatever the bill is. So,
and how often are you going back to your little file folder system then to check on?
I'm usually going whenever I have time. So if my to-dos are more important, I'm going to take the whole file with me and then act on my to-dos. So I'm hopefully just chunking my time, because as you know, time is very precious. So I'm chunking my time, and I'm paying all my bills at one point. I'm doing all my, right now we're not into camp anymore, but I'm doing all my activity stuff all at one time, so that I'm not having to go back into it. Or at night, I'm spent. I just want to go and flip through the Anthropologie catalog. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to my to reads, and then I have those things, and it's not. You basically want to be able to touch a piece of paper twice, opening it and then acting on it, whatever it is, right?
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to be.
That's the organizer's dream.
Be realistic, as that's my dream. Because I don't want to waste time on touching a piece of paper 3 different times and shifting it to a different pile, losing it, having a late fee, whatever it is. I want to act on it, that second time.
Okay. So that is the command station. Is there anything else? And I'm just going to flip over and make sure I forgot to mention before, if you are not joining us live, then feel free to comment below, and Rachel and I will be checking the video throughout the week and can answer any questions and or address anything that might come up after, for those of you who watch it on the replay.
Yeah,
right?
and you can, my business is Rachel and Company, and always email me, rachel@rachel-company.com. Also find me on Instagram at Rachel, RACHEL, and AND comp, COMP, and I will direct message me there, whatever it is. I will answer, any questions that you guys do have on back to school stuff, because we're in the thick of it. And
yes.
I get
Rachel's Instagram account, because you guys know I love Instagram, is awesome. Like she shares beautiful images and a lot of good tips on there too. So I would definitely follow her there.
And realistic stuff. We do our projects on there too, like in our stories. I want people to know, like, not everyone's house, and most people who we work, doesn't start out looking like an after, right? And so how do we get there? We try to share as much as we can of before to after. So a lot of people, everyone we work with has too much stuff. I have too much stuff. I do this for a living. And so you're not alone. We all have too much stuff, even going back to school. So it's the first thing of, like, how do I declutter my life? Pick an area. It's probably going to feel overwhelming, but it's about decluttering and then creating the systems. Same thing for back to school. Declutter your fridge, declutter your, pantry, declutter your clothing, closet, the kids' closets. I'm sure there's stuff that they grew out of over the summer, or can they be donated? Can they be consigned? All those sort of areas that you are going to touch on. School supplies. Some people have too many. Some people don't have enough. Whatever it is, but look to see what you have, declutter it, and then start the organization process, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it feels so good to, like, get rid of all the junk,
and
right?
There's tons of, especially with the hurricane that has happened, there's tons of organizations that are looking for things, although do look, because I know that they've had, like, an overload of stuff.
Yes.
But there's tons of local organizations, or ton of, wherever you're watching from, they have organizations that will take your donations, whether it be eyeglasses or
furniture, clothes,
I mean, anything, literally anything.
So any more back to school tips before we, like, maybe do a couple mompreneur, like, for us tips?
So there's sort of a on the go, you want a launch pad, right? I don't know where that is. Some people come through their front door, some people come through their side door, some people come through a garage door. Think about where you are going and leaving from your house, and then set up a system there. So that can be for shoes, that's going to be for, umbrellas, coats, backpacks, and see about, do you need a hook? Is your kid's backpack too heavy? So they're going to put it on the ground anyway. Can you have a bin of, people take their shoes off before, they come into the house?
Yeah.
So make a sort of command station of you, like, as a launch pad of leaving and coming. So when they come in the door, they're going to put their backpack there. They'll maybe take out their binder for their homework, put their lunch, thing in the kitchen. But when you leave, what do you need? Again, it's just trying to save time. As a mom, do you need the dry cleaning? Do you need overdue library books? Do you need, a parent signature? Should there be a place over there that your child leaves the papers that need signatures? I mean, I don't know about your kids, but, like, my kids came home with tons of papers yesterday, and I'm like, okay, recycle bin. I don't need half of these,
Yes.
and then I need to fill out the rest of them. And so they need to know. They asked me today, are they finished? Are they finished? But they're not in the spot where they would have put them into their notebook yet. So no, I didn't do my homework last night.
Right.
But there's a place.
I was up late doing my homework of
you?
signing.
You did it? Oh
yeah,
my gosh!
because
I didn't
my
do
child
it.
asked me like 20 times. It was his
Yeah.
first assignment. Get your
Oh,
parents'
okay.
signature. I don't
Okay.
know. Anyway.
I'm a bad mom. So, yeah, but have permission slips, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, have a place. Because I know as a working parent, you're not home maybe all the time. And so you might come home later at night, or even if you're not working, you've been out, activities, blah, blah, blah. Where are those papers that you need? Are they stuffed in the backpack and so everyone's missing them? Or can they be in one place that you can look and see, oh, I need to look and act on that before I give it back to my son or daughter.
Okay. And by them having a place to put it, then you know that
it's going to be there.
it won't be laying in the middle of the living room.
And then you're not running around in the morning or at night trying to look for the paper that needs a signature or, you know, money to go back
And
to
have
school.
you found working with kids that like they are trainable?
They are trainable. Yes, they are trainable. Look, my daughters, obviously they live with an organizer, so like we did this before back to school and I'm like, all right, we have to, and they're like cleaning their rooms and doing this, and it's not perfect all the time. I'm going to say that right now, but I think they're used to it. And the thing is, they go to school, right? And so they have a lock. My kids have a locker this year. They know where their backpack is supposed to go. They know where their lunchbox is supposed to go. They have a, you know, if they're in preschool, they have a hook for their bag. They know that all the blocks go in one place. They know that all the crayons go in. So they have systems, right, based on their level of age, that kind of stuff. It's just about incorporating that stuff at home. And I do not think this needs to be some crazy system that's color coded or takes 100 years to get involved with. I mean, if you want to do that, please go ahead and do that. But I just don't think
or hire an organizer
will do it for you. But it's really not about that. I think organization allows you to spend the time on the things you want to spend time on, spend money on not having to buy another X, Y, or Z because you don't know where it is and then you find it, you know, 2 days later. It's about having a system that is realistic and that works for you. I don't want to spend time. I mean, maybe I'm just lazy. I just don't want to spend time on all these other things because I have 1,500 other things to do.
Yeah.
So if I can ask the girls, all right, we're going to go through your clothing and anything that's a size, 6, we're going to let go of and give to your cousins or whatever it is. All right, we're making room for the new stuff. And their drawers are labeled so they know, what goes in each drawer.
Yeah. So that reminds me, I'm totally off base here.
Yeah.
But are you a big fan of that book where it's basically
Marie Kondo?
like,
yeah. I mean, I think there are some really great principles. I think a little of them for like an American audience are a little out there, but I think you have to touch everything you have because I can go through my closet. I'll take myself for, an example. I can go through my closet and say, oh yeah, I'll use that. But have I used that in a year? I mean, do I like that anymore? Do I need that? Actually, could I get money for it now? Could I just donate it and get the tax write-off? I don't use half the things in my closet.
Yeah.
So I need to go through them because I think as a society, we tend to buy. We don't stop buying. But as a society, we don't purge as much. And we all have so much stuff. Everyone thinks bigger is better, or the next iPhone, or, the new, now with things like H&M or Forever 21, clothes are cheaper. So I buy, if someone buys, 3 of the same shirts because they can, right? But then are you really wearing them? Is it really good that you got it on sale because you didn't really need it, but it was on sale? All these sort of things of consumption are happening. And we all have so much stuff. I don't want to go on a philosophical of like why we have so much stuff, but I think it's, I like her book, and I think a lot of the concepts are, like going back to that, but I think a lot of the concepts are applicable in what we, talk about.
I'm curious if any of you out there have used the principle. I've read the book or have tried to go through your closet with that mindset, because I haven't done it, but I think it would probably be a good exercise.
Yes, I think it's great because you really, I know people that have capsule wardrobes, for example, and there's so much choice out there, which is good and bad, right?
Yes.
Because if there's so much choice in the morning and you have 15 pairs of black pants, okay, well, which pair of the black pants are you going to wear? And then you spend...
And can anybody else tell the difference? Like, do you need every single
and
stuff?
probably 10 of those you don't feel great in.
Yes.
So why are you holding on to the 10?
Yeah.
Was what I would say. But do this also, and back to school stuff, and organizing with someone. So it doesn't have to be necessarily an organizer, but it's someone that's not emotionally involved in your stuff.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
you have an emotional attachment to that shirt. I think it's a pretty shirt, but I don't have an emotional attachment to it.
Right.
So, you know, going through your closet, going through your pantry, going through wherever it is, and I know thinking food or even paper is a hard thing to do when you're by yourself, and you can give yourself a little bit more excuses, and it would take more time to do it by yourself. But even having a spouse or a friend or whatever with you, it will go a lot quicker. So it doesn't necessarily have to be
And
an
you'll
organizer.
probably purge more, I would assume.
I think I would agree.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it alone. I don't do as well by myself.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, second opinion.
Yes.
Any other questions out there? And again, we'll be here. We'll check back on this video if you're not with us live. But before I let Rachel go, I want you to share a couple of maybe mompreneur tips, like
Okay.
office-wise,
Yeah.
or maybe not so much related to the kids in the kitchen, but
Yes.
just us in our business world.
Yes. So I think, and you need some sort of way to organize yourself, right? Your time, which is most important. So again, if everyone's like, oh, I should be on Google or iCount or whatever it is. No, use what works for you. I'm a paper person. I still use a paper organizer. It works for me. So find the thing that's going to work for you for trying to keep track of your time. And I also think keep track of your time and think about where your time is going, right? Because a lot of us start spending time on Facebook or Instagram because we love it, but is it really contributing to the bottom line of our business?
Right.
And I'll have to put that into play more than. But I think it's thinking about that and organizing your time as you would any other place in your home.
That's
right.
yeah, absolutely.
So we only have a certain amount of time. Like we were talking about it, we have kid pickup, and if we're going to do kid pickup, okay, I know I have to be done by a certain time to get there, so I'm going to work backwards. They leave at this time. I have from this to this. What can I squeeze into there? That's appointments. That's it's kind of thinking about chunking your time so you're not all over the place.
Yes.
And then your physical space, I truly believe contributes to your
mental
correct.
sanity.
So I think that's all over. And obviously as a mompreneur, anyone, if you're working from home or if you're in an office, what does your physical space look like versus how you're functioning? So, or again, same thing with the papers. Are they upright? Do you have a filing system? Are there categories, for example, so that not all the papers are together? Is there a category for social media, for clients? Does everyone have a folder? How are you kind of setting up your office to function better? And that goes for, those working in an office and then us who work at home, right?
Yeah.
So, and then are there things you have to hold on to in your office for shipping or extra supplies or, a lot of us go to events, so we have banners or giveaways or all that kind of stuff. So it's how do you, operate in your home or in where you're storing these things and keeping that organized so that when you do have something, again, it's like, okay, I know where it is. Here's the process. I can find it.
I found those. I know that you love them. I don't know if I saw them on your feed, but they're these pop-in stool. They're like benches, but then you open them up.
Yeah.
And they're hot pink because I went really pink in my office since I have boys and I'm not allowed to do pink anywhere else.
Hysterical. That's
so,
great, though.
but I made my office fun, and then I've just got all my media equipment, all my TV gig stuff, all my this, and and now my office seems so much less cluttered that way.
And pick things that you are going to go back to. So like that pop-in thing in pink is a perfect example. You love that color. It makes you feel good in your office, but then it's functional. So if you store things in it, I know exactly the thing you're talking about. So pick. This let me just spit at myself. Pick products that
She's so passionate.
Pick products that you love and want to be around, and that you're going to go to and use. If you hate a Manila folder, forget the Manila folder. Spend a little bit more money to get a different color folder, because then you're not going to go and file if you're like, oh my god, I hate Manila folder.
Right.
Whatever it is. But I think it's also taking time, and I need to do this more myself, but taking more time to plan out what your day's going to look like, what your month's going to look like as an entrepreneur. Because with kids, it just adds that extra, lack of time. So it's all about what can you do.
In the limited amount of time you have, right?
Yes. Yeah. I've never heard of anyone who has so much time they don't know what to do with. But I mean,
especially not a mom or an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
but
if you're out there,
then we're jealous of you.
I want to know who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna hang on here just for a second longer and make sure we don't have any other comments. But also wanted to let you know on my YouTube page, The Modern Mompreneur, I've got like a couple of videos with Rachel with a lot of great tips. So we have another one with back to school. We did one on organization hacks. So finding, making things organized with the things you already have in your home, so not having to go out and spend extra money. Yeah. And then also we have another one which is home organization tips. So definitely head over to The Modern Mompreneur on YouTube to find those videos, and comment if you oh wait, let me just see, because I think we have a comment coming in. Okay. Oh, hey Julie. So you're chiming in now, but definitely watch the replay and then chime in with questions if you have them afterwards. And again, you can find Rachel. You want to say all your handles again?
So I'm on Facebook at Rachel and Company, which is RACHEL and Company. And then Rachel and Comp, RACHEL and ANDCOMP on Instagram, and that's where we are the most on Instagram.
Okay, great. And then you can find me at Anj Varma, ANJ Varma on Instagram. And I try to go live once a week in the tribe here. So definitely chime in and comment and let me know if there are topics you're interested in seeing and hearing, and or if there are times that would work better, because I'm still trying to figure out the best time to get the most interactivity. But if not, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you over on Instagram. And we hope that you are leaving here a little bit with a plan to become a little bit more organized than you are
and if not, email me. And also on my website, I should mention, because I'm doing a boot camp. I totally forgot to mention this.
Okay.
We're doing a boot camp on back to school right now. So make sure to go on our website and go onto our classes page. We're doing a back to school boot camp. Everything is going live next week. We have a Facebook group for it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Tons of videos, worksheets, when things expire, when they don't. I mean, just fun tips and getting your home back to school ready now and forever.
Awesome. So we'll include a link to that below this in the Mompreneur Tribe as well.
Great.
Okay. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.